Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome to my channel where I share all things about homeschool on here. If you guys are new, I would love for you guys to hit that subscribe button and join my community on here where I share lots of resources with you guys. I have a first grader and a third grader, and I love homeschool morning baskets, and I like to share them on my channel every once in a while to share with you guys some ideas of what I'm doing. This year is going to be different. I'm going to be doing history in our morning basket along with song school Spanish. I also read devotionals like this book, Indescribable. I have the first volume and the second volume that I really love. I'm sure most of you have heard of them, but this book is really, really good. It talks about a lot of science. So since this quarter I'm doing more of our history component, I like to spread a little bit of science in it by reading this devotional in the morning time. So this is really, really great for any age group. This is awesome for myself, and it's really good for elementary age kids, and I'm sure middle schoolers would love this as well. So I did a whole flip through on that book, so if you wanted to check that out, I will link that. I'll try to link it down below for you guys. I also use Song School Spanish, and this is the first level, and this is what it looks like. I did a flip through and I shared with you guys on my channel how I am using it. We absolutely love it. We have gone through lots of chapters because this is our 8th week of school, and so my kids and I have been really enjoying this. We use a video online where the teacher teaches for about 6 to 7 minutes at a time. We have a CD that incorporates like vocabulary, and then we do the workbook together, and we make it really fun. My kids, like I said, really enjoy it. Now, with the morning basket, I do like to pull from our collection of poems and poetry books, so I have lots of fun ones, but this is one of my favorites that I wanted to share with you guys today. Julie Andrews, this is the collection of poems and songs and lullabies, and here are the table of contents, so you guys can like pause it and see the stories or the poems that she is introducing to the kids. The watercolor paintings in here are really, really beautiful. So I love this. And then in the back of this, it has a little CD where she actually reads lots of the poetry in here. If you're in a car ride or you're just at home and you want to listen to poetry, she has an excellent voice along with her daughter that reads all the poetry that is in this book, or most of the poems. All right, and so then we have Story of the World, which I will be sharing with you guys. This morning basket is based around all of the recommendations of Story of the World. Right now, we actually kind of paused to get some of the library books. We finished up Islam Becomes an Empire, and so now we're going to be reading chapter 8 and 9, which is going to be talking about North and South China, Japan, and Korea. So that is what we're focusing on mostly, and since we've already read the Islam Becomes an Empire, there are a few books in my collection here that we've already read or we will be reading that is touching on that. Now, the way I get the recommendations is through this book, and this book is excellent for, I suggest highly, if you get the Story of the World, to get the activity book because they recommend a lot of great books and additional history readings in here. And then they'll give you like literature suggestions as well. So it gives you like a summary of what it's about, and if it's a read out loud and what level grades you would read it out loud to, or if it's an independent reader, it'll tell you grades 2nd through 5th can read the book by themselves. So I really, really love this book a lot. So this is the first book I want to show you, The Boy Who Drew Cats. And this book is really, really pretty. Love all of the interesting like illustrations in here. My kids love animals. So I'm excited to read this one with them. I also got Easy Animal Origami, so when we go over and learn about Japan, there are going to be little projects that we can do. I ordered some origami on Amazon, so I'll try to link it down below if I remember. But I'm going to be getting that in the mail pretty soon so we can make origami together and maybe make it like a family thing, or maybe it'll be something that I'll enjoy doing with them. They love playing with Legos, and they have been getting into, well, my daughter's been getting into knitting with her grandma. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to get into origami because I love them using their hands and doing, little projects like this. And I thought that this would be something really, really simple for them and I to do together. This book is called Mr. Pack Buys a Story. And this is another book that we're going to be reading. So this is going to definitely be a fun one. It looks really, really neat. This is another book that I got, and this is a book that they're going to learn how to write Japanese poetry in Japanese tradition. So I'm really excited about that. This is definitely going to be a really fun one to look through, and they give you step-by-step ways to create these poems, and they give you lots of examples. So I thought that this would be very, very interesting for myself to even read and get some ideas. I have all these like illustrations here with some of the poems that maybe kids have made. And a lot of the poetry is wrapped around like nature. So I think that we will really, really enjoy this. I also got Cool Melons Turn to Frogs. This is another Japanese like poetry style book. So this is going to be really, really nice to read. I love how they have the handwriting on the sides, the Japanese handwriting. I also got The Crane Wife. Now these paintings are so beautiful. And it's very traditional Japanese artwork. This book is called Two of Everything, and the kids and I really like this book a lot. They actually found a brass pot hidden underground, and the wife actually dropped something in it, and as she pulled it out, she got, another one of that item that she dropped. And then she fell into the pot, and then another, wife came out of the pot. So then they decided to get a husband for her, and then the story goes on and on. They realized that if you put coins in, that they multiply. So, they were very wealthy. And in the end, they had two houses that looked just alike, and then one of the houses had the brass pot. So my kids and I were using our imagination a lot when we read this book and trying to figure out things that we actually would want to, get duplicates of and keep on making more of. So it was really, really funny to talk about that. So we got this for The Rise of Islam for Sinbad. This is definitely another folk tale, and we actually read the Sinbad story in here. It was called From the Tales of the 1001 Nights. So we did read it. So I just thought this would be a cool book to look at the pictures and just appreciate the artwork in here. I also got The Enchanted Storks, which is another folk tale. This is a tale of Baghdad. And the pictures in here are really pretty. This is a book that we read for the Rise of the Islam Empire. And this is Ali, Child of the Desert. And the kids and I really like this book. The paintings that this guy does in the book is so realistic, as you can tell. Basically, this kid has grown up really fast, and he is traveling with his father in the desert to sell a camel, and he got stuck in a sandstorm and his father could not find him, so he had to basically become an adult pretty quickly and have faith that his father would come back for him. And in the end, his father did come back for him, but it was a really great adventure, and my kids really, really liked the book. The next book I have is Cat and Rat. It's The Legend of the Chinese Zodiac. This is for like the China chapter. Now, my kids and I did read this book. I would say the pictures are really, really cool and abstract, but the story was not that exciting. So it's just nice to have these books and appreciate the artwork in them and get to know the author. We also got Ancient China. This is from DK Eyewitness Books. I really feel like these are really good books to get from the library. They have so many books that you could get. We do have a lot of DK books in our home library that are really, really large, so they have lots of information in them. But it's always great when you're doing unit studies or story of the world like this to look through books like these. with your kids and just have them out on the coffee table so they can check them out in the morning time and you guys can look at stuff together. So this is definitely a really great resource. So another book I got was The Magic Horse of Hangan, and this is about a painter who grew up really poor and he did not have a lot of money for brushes and paint, but then he met a famous artist and he delivered him food, and then the story unfolds talking about the magic horse. So I think my kids are really gonna like this. Anything that has to do with like magic, my kids are really intrigued by it. So that is it, guys. That is like my selection of books. I'm really excited about the origami and the other activities that we're going to be doing in the Story of the World. In the Story of the World, I like to use the activity book for the recommended reads and also some activities. I like to just at least do one activity, maybe a chapter, if it's not too hard. If I have all the supplies and materials in my house, I do it. If I don't, then I just skip the chapter of activities and I just focus on reading really good literature, which is something that I really enjoy doing. So if you guys are interested in seeing any other morning baskets, I have a whole plethora of videos that like I said at the beginning of the video, I'll try to link down below so you can check those out and get more ideas. In our second quarter, I'm sure our morning basket will look totally different. So I will definitely let you guys know how I set that up, and I'll share a video with you guys. If you want me to share more homeschool morning basket videos with you guys on a regular basis, let me know, give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful day.